I'm Nina Dobrev. I play Lena Gilbert on the Vampire Diaries, and the show is about a small town called Mystic Falls and the vampire influences within. But unlike a lot of the other shows, I feel like our show, it deviates from the typical, I mean, at the beginning you look at it and it's girl meets boy who is vampire, but then it goes on to exploring witches and the history of the town and everything that's happened before. And there's a lot of other things that are going to be popping up, but I can't say too much because it hasn't happened yet. But it's pretty exciting, and not only do I play Elena, I also play Catherine, who Elena seems to look a lot like, and she's the original vampire who turned the Salvatore brothers into the vampires that they are now. Oh yeah, for sure. I knew that I was going to be playing Catherine. I was really excited because as much as I love Elena, I think that there's a lot of Elena in me. So it's not as much of a challenge, whereas Catherine, she has this kind of narcissistic, crazy vibe about her, and there's a lot going on that that is very different from myself, I'd like to think. Yeah, actually I had read the Twilight books, actually before the movies came out. I was shooting a movie in Salt Lake City, and that's where Stephanie Meyer's from, so somebody told me, yeah, you have to read these books. A friend of mine wrote them, and I was like, yeah, okay. So I picked them up and I read them, and I think they're great, and I love the movies, and I have a couple friends that are in the movies, so I think we're all the vampire shows, we're all kind of in support of each other. True Blood as well. I mean, I think that our show lends a lot of its success to the Twilight series and the fans and the people who are kind of addicted to the vampire craze, and we're their weekly fix. I don't know. I mean, Elena, they're at the beginning of their relationship, so I don't know if this is for the long haul and she wants to, I mean, she doesn't even know what's going on. She's still trying to figure out herself and figure out him and how she's coping with everything, and his brother and her friend's a witch. So I think that becoming a vampire and taking that leap of faith and making that commitment isn't something she's considering at this moment in time. No, when I originally auditioned for the role of Elena, but it was definitely a grueling, long process. I first auditioned in LA really quickly, and then I had to go back to Toronto, which is where I'm from, which is where I've lived basically all my life, and then from there I had to do tapes and then go fly back to LA and then do tests with the boys who were auditioning for Stefan and Damon, and it was like a whole process, but I always auditioned for Elena, and it worked out and I got the role. I guess there was something that they liked. But I know that a lot of the other cast had auditioned for other roles. I think Candace auditioned for Elena originally, and I know for a fact that Paul Wesley auditioned for Damon first. So